In the heart of a forgotten age, nestled between sun-scorched earth and jagged peaks, stood the city of Zarthus. Its walls, forged from the bones of the mountains themselves, kissed the clouds. They were said to be unbreakable, a testament to a civilization that believed itself eternal. For 1,000 years, Zarthus had known only peace, a peace enforced by the shadow of its own might. Its people, steeped in pride, saw their home not as a city, but as the center of the world, a fortress blessed by the gods themselves. They watched the horizon not with fear, but with a kind of bored pity for the lesser kingdoms that dotted the plains below. But history is a river, and its currents can shift without warning. From the dust of the eastern wastes, an army appeared. It was a mere whisper on the wind, compared to the legions Zarthus could muster. They were the children of the reed, a people with no walls to call their own, led by a commander named Kalin. Did not come with siege towers or massive catapults. They brought only themselves, their discipline forged in hardship, and a faith that burned brighter than any forge fire. As they made camp, a stone's throw from the great gates, the defenders on the walls of Zarthus laughed. The siege was a joke, a child's tantrum against a giant. For 7 days there was only silence. The army of Kalin did not attack, they simply waited. Every morning they would emerge from their tents, form perfect ranks, and stand facing the city as the sun rose. They would hold their positions for an hour, their spears glinting, their gazes fixed on the walls, and just as silently, they would retreat to their camp. Inside Zarthus, the laughter slowly died. Confusion began to curdle the city's pride. What game was this? The silence from the outside was more unnerving than any war drum. It was a psychological siege, a battle of wills fought in the quiet space between dawn and day. The High Council of Zarthus grew restless. Their generals, men who had only ever read of war in scrolls, demanded action. This insolence could not stand. The people's confidence was wavering, replaced by a growing dread. The enemy was not at their gates. The enemy was now inside their minds, planting seeds of doubt. On the 8th day, the pride of Zarthus could bear it no more. Against the counsel of their oldest seers, they ordered the great gates to be thrown open. The legions of Zarthus, a river of bronze and steel, poured onto the plain to crush the silent annoyance once and for all. This was the moment Kalin had been waiting for. The children of the reed were not soldiers of the open field, but masters of the unexpected. As the Zarthian army charged, they did not meet them head-on. Instead, they melted away into the gullies and rock formations of the surrounding landscape. A landscape they had studied for 7 days. The charge of the Zarthian legions lost its momentum, their perfect lines breaking as they searched for a scattered foe. It was a trap not of steel, but of terrain and timing. The Unbreakable city had made a fatal error. It had abandoned its strength. It had come down from its perch. The battle that followed was not a grand clash of armies, but 1,000 small, desperate skirmishes. The disciplined children of the reed, using their knowledge of the land, struck at the flanks and rear of the disorganized Zarthian force. The prideful soldiers of the city, so confident moments before, were now lost in a battle they did not understand. Their sheer numbers became a weakness, a chaotic mass that could not effectively fight a ghost-like enemy. By dusk, the invincible army of Zarthus was broken. Kalin and his small force walked through the open gates of the now defenseless city, not as conquerors, but as the quiet tide that had finally worn down the stone. Zarthus did not fall to an army, it fell to its own pride, a lesson etched into history by the silence before the storm. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, please like and subscribe for more stories from the annals of history.